I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. I worked at IRS for 10 years. I've been in private practice for how long? I've been in private practice for 40 years. I'm an expert in IRS tax resolution matters. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I just say shoot these all at home. If you want to see me on TV, I've been on the national news. I've been on Fox twice, ABC, The Briefing Room, Washington Bureau, Newsmax, News Nation. I've been on a whole bunch of TV, NBC, CBS. You can see all my interviews there. I am, like I said, a national expert. I've worked about 10,000 cases. I give you the information you need straight. I do it for 3 reasons. So you don't get ripped off, so you don't get ripped off, so you don't get ripped off. I give you insider information from IRS, and I really try to help you make a logical decision on what you need to do. I don't need a suit or tie. Everything is up here that you want me to convey to you in the last 50 years. I have a great team of former IRS agents. Like I said, just go to my website at 777irs.com and you'll see my whole team. Today, I want to talk to Optima Tax about Optima Tax Relief. I think I have a statistic here. I get sick of getting so many calls from from people who've been ripped off by IRS, by Optima. I just want to tell you in the last 12 months, they've had 231 complaints. It just drives me crazy because people keep calling me and saying they've been ripped off. But let me tell you from the beginning, I don't know the whole story. I do not know the whole story about was Optima right, but were 231 people wrong on what they've said. The biggest complaints I hear is they charge too much. The work isn't being done, the cases are being held onto, and whoever's working the case changes a lot. I've read some of the reviews. Once again, I go ahead and tell you, I don't know whether Optima's right. I don't know whether they're wrong, but I know one thing. 231 people do not take the time to go ahead and complain about a company. Given it's a very large company, they get a lot of work. But if I'm Optima, I'm trying to keep every client happy. They try to respond to everyone, but people still do not seem to be happy. Here's the bottom line here. Okay, let me tell you the bottom line. I have worked 10,000 cases. I'm a national expert in this. If I go ahead and I see that many companies with anybody, forget Optima, look at all the companies that advertise. Most of these companies spend between $200,000 and $250,000 advertising. When you speak to these big companies, you're speaking to a salesperson. So if you get ripped off by a big tax resolution firm, it's your fault because you did not do the due diligence checking what's going on with that company. Stop getting ripped off. It's ridiculous. Let me tell you the tips not to get ripped off. Here's the tips. You can only speak to an attorney, a CPA, or enrolled agent. Those are the only people licensed to go ahead and speak to IRS on your behalf. Second, they must have the information in front of them to make a decision. So for us, you better give me an IRS financial statement because I can't take your case because I don't know the outcome unless I get an IRS. I need the IRS financial statement, not a form that they populate and send to them. You need actually to see the form. You want to directly Zoom that person. You want to call them with your financial statement in hand, speaking to the other person in line, me or someone else, to say, hey, this is what's going to happen with your case. When you get ripped off by these big companies, I hate to tell you this, you're going to kill me, but it's your fault. It's absolutely your fault. You don't know the complaints of ripoffs that I get over and over and over. And I'm really getting sick of it. And this is why I'm trying to explain this and get the words out. Look at the number of complaints that come in from a company. My God, they're overwhelming. How can you have almost 300 complaints from a company in this period of time? Let me just make sure that I have this number because I don't want to lie about this. Yeah, so right here, they've had in the last 12 months 231 complaints. In the last 3 years, 677 complaints. So once again, if you feel you've been ripped off by them, send them a certified letter, have an attorney send them a letter, If they don't respond to that, you should contact the Attorney General's office. You should contact the power of attorney who you got and complain to them, complain to IRS about that person, but only do it if you really have reasonable cause. A lot of these these companies charge too much. The people, by the way, at the back end, here's the bottom line. If you're working for Optima, that means you probably can't go on your own. I would say 90% of the people can't go on their own. Why? They're just learning the trade. They're learning the business. They're learning through Optima. You want someone that's seasoned on the case. I'm just giving you the bottom line. Hire a true professional if you got an IRS problem. And don't believe the gimmick. All cases can settle. I used to teach the offer program at IRS. Every case cannot be settled. Talk to a true professional like us, whoever you want, and find out the damn truth, okay? Now you got it straight. Give me a subscription. I tell you everything you need to know. Stop getting ripped off by Optima. Thank you. Sick of the calls.